Hello, welcome back to the Real South Africa. Make sure you love and subscribe to this channel. We have a great interview we did with a brother who came to South Africa single by himself. Has a great story, so check it out. You will love it. Hello, everyone. This is Mark Edward Blanton, and then of course I have
Dr. Latasha Blanton.
and we really appreciate you guys coming to the channel today. We got a young man that's going to be here shortly. He's gonna bring him in. He's in the back room getting ready, for his time here on the channel. He has a great story that he wants to tell us, and of course, we're willing to listen to it because it's going to be an amazing story about his time here. Now, what did he went to? He came to Joburg.
Yes.
And then what else?
He went to Joburg, Durban, and Cape Town, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So it's going to be really good. And of course, we're broadcasting live from South Africa.
We would say sunny South Africa, but it is nighttime.
Yeah,
so
it's night.
It was sunny earlier today, though.
Yeah, absolutely. But like I said, you guys can always comment. We'll try to read as many comments as possible. We will put it on the screen itself, and then other people can see it as well. So that's kind of like the rules of engagement here. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be light. Of course, we want everybody to have an opportunity to put their content or their questions out there. So it's going to be a really, really, really good time. So I hope you guys truly enjoy what we're doing here at the Real South Africa. However, in the meanwhile, have y'all seen Cape Town? Do you think they've seen Cape Town?
Of course, they've seen Cape Town, but it doesn't matter. Let's show them again.
Okay, check this out because this is from one of our sponsors, who is us. We are our own sponsors. We do our own thing. Check it out. All right, what did you think? Cape Town's amazing. Cape Town's amazing. I know you really want to go to Cape Town. Cool. Now, what else has been happening, Tasha?
Let's see. Last week we were still beaming from our birthday month, but that sadly ended on Friday. And we ended our birthday month with spa treatments because that's the best way to relax after a eventful birthday month.
Of course.
And then on Saturday, we started July off with the bang, which meant that it was time to go hiking.
Yeah, that was interesting. I just want to say, if somebody said greetings from Brooklyn, New York.
What up,
Brooklyn? No, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, we went on a pretty good hike last weekend. Well, first of all, last week we did a live, and obviously we generally don't do that many lives, but for some odd reason we've done a few lives. And the reason why we're doing a lot of lives, because let me put it to you like this. Okay. And the gentleman, he's in the back. He's ready to get it in, but it's going to be a little while because we gotta do
housekeeping,
do a little bit here and there. Let me see. What was I going to say?
I have no idea.
But no, we bring a lot of. Obviously, you guys know we have a YouTube channel. Okay, we have Facebook and
Twitter,
Instagram, all that great and wonderful stuff. But primarily what we do, we don't go around getting content and finding things and trying to, put it on our channel just so we can, bring you guys some entertainment. What we try to do is do our tourism piece. So we are the Real South Africa Travel and Tourism. And basically what that has been meaning is that there's been a lot of people like yourself who have reached out through our website, and I put all the information up as we go through. But a lot of people have contacted us, to what's the word I want to say, to come to South Africa for the very first time. Now, a lot of people have experienced their trip here to South Africa for the very first time through our efforts, would you say?
Yeah, and I think that through our efforts and what they're able to see, they get to experience a side of South Africa that we think they deserve,
Yeah.
that we know they deserve. Because sometimes when you go on vacation, you really don't get a chance to relax. But the way we put things together, we always tell you just after you get your flight, we'll do the rest of it, and
Yeah.
that's pretty much what we do. And the guy we're gonna have on is definitely very involved in what we do here, and he's a huge supporter, and we're grateful for him. And when you do hear his story, you'll understand that he was here before.
Hmm.
He was very active on the live last week, lots of comments, understood that what we do here actually matters.
Yeah.
And when you hear his story, which you'll probably hear again, we are going to hear about his time in Cape Town and Durban.
Hmm.
We did get a chance to talk to him when he was actually here, and you guys heard a little bit about his story and just him experiencing Johannesburg for the first time. If we get the opportunity, he will tell you about that as well. But the whole point of what we do is to let people understand what it means to be a tourist,
Yeah.
and to be
And
a
what it
tour
means.
what
Yeah.
and what it means to be a tourist. And that's not all, just hopping all of the major points and all the sightseeing things. There's other ways to be a tourist versus just hopping all the sightseeing things. So we show them the full spectrum of tourism,
Hmm.
and there's a direct definition to tourism, and it's not just quote unquote travel. You do have to travel to get here, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the tourism piece
Yeah.
is being able to get out there, experience the locals, see some of the historical facts, and then ultimately immerse yourself in the places you're visiting. So you actually get to eat the food, you actually get to talk to the local people, you actually get to experience a totally different lifestyle. And that's the whole point of why we do things the way that we do things.
Yeah, I think it's funny because some of the people that are going to actually meet us today, it's their first time, seeing us, and then there are many people who met us 6 months ago, maybe even a year or two ago, maybe even 3 years ago. But I will tell you this: we have a long history here in the Republic of South Africa. I remember when we first came here, we were super excited about everything, and we're still super excited
Every
about
day we're
pretty much
excited.
yeah. But we were super excited. We went to different places. We was just all over the country. 2010 passed, 2011 passed, 2012 passed. So as you're starting to see that we have a lot of experience, which the only way you can get experience is just have experience here in the country. So we've gathered enough experience over the years, and then we connected that with our, hey, we're African Americans. This is what moves us in this travel space. So we just decided to say, okay, we want Americans to actually, not just Americans, but those in the diaspora to come and have this experience, and that's what we decided because we're business people at heart. If you would have met us in a different light, she'll be wearing a different hat. I'm wearing a different hat.
I was wearing multiple hats. He was actually wearing multiple hats. But we won't get into that. We definitely have been pushing the entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
self-employed things since, we were talking about it the other day, not to change the subject, but
Yeah,
it's
it's
on
okay.
my mind. We were talking about it the other day, about the fact that I've been working for myself since I was just before I turned 30. So, as we all know, I hit the big 4 or 5 the other day. So, I have been working for myself, for the last 15, 16 years. So,
Hmm.
that is huge for me because I don't take that for granted.
Yeah.
I don't take that for granted that I've been self-employed since before I turned 30. So
Yeah.
that's a lot to be grateful for. And then to be living here in South Africa, living our actual
Yeah.
dream, being able to experience life the way that we, dreamed and planned. And now we get to dream bigger and be able to do more things for the diaspora, do more things for ourselves, share more things with you when it comes to tourism.
Yeah.
So it's it's a huge milestone for us.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm looking at one of the comments on the screen. It says, "Greeting, family. I just thought of a place to explore: Drakensberg in fall and autumn and winter. Champagne, is that Champagne Resort up in the mountains and great hiking."
Yes, I'm all about that. That sounds amazing.
We do hike. We have been. You know, it's funny. People send us, stuff all the time. Say, "Hey, you need to go here. You need to go there." Let me tell you something. We don't have our camera everywhere, and if we do,
Yeah.
we're more interested sometimes in just being in that space and not just pulling out our camera. I don't want to be walking around constantly with a camera. But most of the places that are worthy of going to in the Republic of South Africa, we've been now. And I will also say that since we've been here, I think we've showed a lot of grace to our host country because they were kind enough to let us immigrate here properly.
Hmm.
They were kind enough to, we met so many good people and whatnot. So we've had nothing but, over the 5+ years living here, to include all those other years
Of visiting, yeah.
visiting back and forth. We've been pretty fortunate, but I think it comes with what we bring as well.
You have to
Yeah,
come. I mean, if there's one thing South Africans do, and I know a lot of people hate the overuse of this word, but they meet you where you are. So
yeah,
if you come with some grace, some humility, come and just understand that you have a lot to learn and
yeah,
not try to like impose your um colonizers' arrogance, because that's really what it boils down
yeah.
to.
Well,
If
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
That's what it boils down to. You
yeah,
don't mean to have it, it's just that's where you were raised. But if you take all of that off and actually be open to what it is they have to say and what they have to teach you, it opens up so many doors for you, and
yeah.
it allows you to actually live so much more freer than you could ever imagine.
Exactly. So again, just like this young gentleman right here, I can't see the picture, but I think it's a young gentleman. He said, "Respect and appreciate for the cultures," and
100%.
and that's us, and that's what we do, and we
100%.
really, we really, you guys don't even realize how much time we spend behind a windshield driving
Driving
around this
and
country
driving.
and stopping in some of these little places that all they have, and I'm going to say it in the kindest way, all they have is a chicken licking. I'm like, I'm
And chicken
stopping.
licking is
Yeah,
absolutely really good chicken.
yeah,
Well, it is to me. I love chicken
yeah.
licking.
And then of course we have somebody here, Tisha White Crowder.
Hey,
Yeah,
Tisha. Thank you so much. I miss you.
yeah,
Hugs and
yeah.
kisses.
She's from where we used to live, and we're still great friends.
And she's visited.
And she's actually came to South Africa and she's experienced it. The way that that we do things here in the Republic of South Africa. So, let me see. Do we have any questions? So, if you have any questions, make sure that you leave them in a comment because we want you to understand that we do YouTube. We do our social media outreach, but we are truly a travel and tourism company. We spend more time doing that than we do putting together content. And there's some people say, "Oh, your sound isn't right." I'm like, okay, yeah, because I'm actually out. We got people that are flying in the country that are landing at the airport, or we got people that are leaving Joburg on their way to Cape Town. We got people in Cape Town
On
on
the
their
way
way
to
to
Durban,
Durban,
or yeah.
and then we got people flying back to Joburg on the way back to America, and they're so sad. Oh my
No,
God,
they're really sad.
they are so sad and whatnot. So, but yeah, we really appreciate everyone, and we really appreciate the fact that all these people who you guys have not seen, and like I said, we wish we could show everyone that comes here. We just can't, unfortunately, because people are just doing their thing. And then lastly, they're on their. A lot of these people, a lot of our travelers are on their trip of their lifetime. They're like, this is the trip I've been wanting to go on, and I don't want no hangups, no issues. And then of course, they pick the right one because that's what we do. We make sure everything goes well, and then they do their spa treatment on the way out, and they're like,
Ooh.
man, this is great. This is great. So
I'm just laughing at the comment. Yes, good evening to
yeah,
all.
yeah,
To
yeah.
all of them. Yeah.
And lastly, here you go, right here. I like this comment here. Somebody says, "Hey family, let me say it's great seeing you." Something about St. Francis. St. Francis is Dubai in Eastern Cape. Talk about it, Tasha.
Listen,
Because we've been there.
listen. Saint Fr- oh, how I can't even say it. Cape St. Francis. Um, let's just say our time there was not long enough.
Yeah.
I definitely have been planning to go back. Well, we've been planning to go
Yeah.
back. If I have to go by myself, I will. It's that beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. It is absolutely gorgeous, and we
Yeah.
will definitely be out there. Hey, Verlisa.
Yeah, she actually came on the real estate tour, and I think she's hanging
Are
around
you
somewhere.
floating around?
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, for those who have never eaten chicken licken, just think about I don't know, what's that place we got in the States?
Well, they've got KFC.
Well, KFC doesn't compare.
What do you compare chicken licken to in the States?
I mean, people like what's that place called?
What place?
The Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, well, that's a completely different ballgame. I mean, they're not even open on Sundays.
Yeah. So, I'm glad everybody's coming in and everybody's seeing all the comments that people are giving and whatnot. So, and then of course, I'm gonna say a couple things. South Africa is what you make it. First of all,
yeah.
If you come here with the right intentions, with your mind, open and understanding that you're not leaving America, coming to America, you can do well. You could be a happy
100%.
camper here in South Africa, because we know because we get contacted a lot about the African American or the African diaspora movement to Africa. We get it. We did it. Now it's funny that now we see so much more on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
So much more content. So
positive
much
content.
Yeah, just so much content. Good and bad about just the videos in Africa. I was glad that the Wodemeyer decided to come down to South Africa, come meet up with us, and do a video, which is good. We really appreciate it, because he's a real good ambassador for Africa in general. And matter of fact, I got to put this little comment by Q Thomas. Yeah.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. So he's a true fan, that guy right there. But so we understand people want to just pick up and move, but there is a process. Every country's different. They're all not the same. So you really need to try to understand that process before you try to move over. And I'm standing at the gate saying that you need to come on a visit.
Yes.
You need to come on a visit. There are tons of people that contact us that say, "Hey, I just want to move there," and I say, "No, you need to come on a visit." "No, I just want to move. I saw enough of your videos. I just want to move." And then I'm still going to say the same thing, because everyone that's been successful coming, that's moved to Africa. I'm going to say Africa, but especially South Africa, because a lot of the times we had our hand in there guiding them. They're doing very well, and they're quiet, and you don't even hear from them. They all don't start a YouTube channel. They don't do any of that. You know what I'm saying? They just come.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Listen to that. Hey, Nikki, we missed you too.
Yeah.
Hugs and kisses.
Yeah, I think all our people from back in Virginia are showing up.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Definitely come on the real estate tour. I know that you've had lots of memories that you made when you came with your little guy, who's not a little guy, to visit South Africa. But definitely, when you're ready to come back on a visit, we will absolutely assist, and that we will do whatever we can to make sure that when it's time to transition, that you transition properly.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but there's a lot going on. So then once you get into the door and you're here and you're kind of used to the culture, you're used to being here, then you can start getting into what schools are available, just all the stuff. It's kind of hard to explain an entire country, because this is an entire country in just a few videos and whatnot. It really comes down to the visit. And then what happens is people come on a visit and then they're like, "Oh my God, now I see what you were saying." And I'm like, I couldn't have made 1,000 videos, for you to understand it. So that's why we just focus on the tourism spot. We want you guys to come as a tourist. We want you to come and everything is in order, because it'll be difficult for you to see what you need if you're constantly trying to figure out
what it is to do.
Yeah, or will my ride show up, or am I going to be able to do this? Or you come on a day when something's closed, and
Yeah.
all these different things. We kind of take care of all that for you. I can't explain it
Sorry.
anymore. Oh, who's this?
Roslyn? No. Yes. Well, yeah.
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 See, so again, and then of course the last thing is we always are talking about the real estate tour, because that's kind of like a gateway. I mean, for those that come, I mean, we had a few people that just on the screen that has been here. It's a gateway into South Africa. I think we had Ronnie Dunn when he came through.
He came and
several people.
He lives here now. He followed the process that that is proper to make sure that he gets here. He has the right paperwork. He has the proper visa. He's got the place rented. Then you take all of that into consideration. Now he's going to go down the next steps to make sure that he is solid in his time here in South Africa. So, the guy that we're going to have on now has already committed to coming on the real estate tour, because once you visit South Africa, understand that we are not in any way saying that you have to move here. That is not what we do. Again, we do travel and tourism. Yeah. Now, the whole point of that tourism is to understand that once you've had a proper visit, if you decide, that is based on your experience and what you see for your future and the options that you have now been exposed to. So with that being said, know again that if you decide to move to South Africa, that is completely a decision that you make on your own. Our job is to make sure that you get exposed to it properly. And then from there, you look at what options you have as a diasporan, Yeah.
So a lot of this content is on our YouTube channel. So a lot of you guys are watching from different platforms, but you can always go to our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, put in The Real South Africa. We'll pop up, and then you'll start seeing like the testimonials from people who came before. And it's so hilarious. You guys don't see, maybe we need to do some bloopers or something, because a lot of these people were not trying to come to South Africa. They had a little curiosity because they saw our videos. They just wanted to see if it was true. And then they're like, oh my God, I'm gonna reach out to them. And then they did.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay. And then we're like, hey, then I guess they want us to give them, empirical evidence or something.
Yeah, which is impossible.
Yeah.
The empirical evidence is the actual visit. You know what I mean? Yeah. If there's one thing we know for sure, I can tell you how something is, but until you actually feel South Africa for yourself, it doesn't matter what I say. What I say is also facts and also truth. And a lot of those things are true for us, but you've seen comment after comment, video after video, impression after impression, where people are expressing the sentiments in the best way they can. The English becomes limited because what you actually feel, you don't even have the words for it sometimes.
They need to be speaking Zulu.
Yeah.
They were speaking Zulu, they won't have no problem. I don't speak Zulu.
No.
But I don't try to express myself to that level. You know what I'm saying? But everything is cool. Like I said, we appreciate everyone who's coming, because we got a lot of people booked that's coming for their first time. And I'm super excited for them, because you people in South Africa don't realize that there are people in America that want to come, but they are afraid in some ways. Mm-hmm. They have some apprehension, and I'm being kind. But we overcome that. We overcome it, and we get these people on ground. And then these people are going to be telling other people, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and they be like, "Man, Soweto is cool."
Yeah, Soweto's.
Yes, everything.
We don't visit enough, but definitely.
Yeah. So, if you have any questions, or you got something you want to say to the group, we'll just go ahead and we will go ahead and put it on the screen. But before we bring in,
I'm saving it.
Before we bring in the brother Lazarus, who you guys have been waiting on. I know you guys have just been, I'm old enough. I'm an LL Cool J fan. He used to say, I've been waiting and debating for all so long.
Oh my
Just
God.
starving like Marvin for a Cool J song. I'm not even going to get into the Oreo cookies or crushed buildings or anything like that. I'm just going to let it be.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
And some of you guys are just way too young. Y'all guys don't understand what hip hop actually is. Because even though we just saw Buster, he went in. He got his lifetime achievement. And if anybody deserves it, Buster deserves it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and also, and just segueing.
Oh my gosh, hurry up with the segue.
No, we saw. We was watching some little thing on YouTube, and it was they had Juvenile.
Oh, it was the Tiny Desk concert from NPR. You have to go and see it. This is a super side note, but if you're a Juvenile fan and you grew up in the late 90s, 2000s and graduated around that time like I did, then you're definitely a Juvenile fan.
You're so old. You're so old. So let's go ahead and segue, because like I said, we do our own sponsorship. We sponsor ourselves. We don't really need anybody to sponsor us. So we're going to put this out, and when we come back, we're going to bring on Lazarus. So let's get it. I'm trying to get it, y'all. It won't. All right. Who's up here reading your comments? Guess who we got? There go Lazarus, y'all.
Lazarus. Round of applause. So good to see your face.
What's up?
What's going on, y'all?
Listen, we have been just as excited as you are to talk to you for a number of reasons. You have been so wide open since you left, and you've only been gone like what, 2.5 weeks?
Yeah, a couple of weeks. That's it.
How you been?
You know what? It's hot. It's hot. So I'm in Texas. So the heat is real. Right. Yeah, I'm in Dallas, Texas. So
you surviving?
I'm surviving. You know, staying in as much as possible. But yeah, I didn't make it long before thinking about my next trip. So
I see that.
Yeah.
I give you props for making it 2.5 weeks before deciding to come with us again in November. So we will see you again very, very soon.
Yeah. You know, I tried to talk myself out of it. I was like, yeah, that's too soon. Then I was like, after watching Chris Mason's video, I said, yeah, I'm going. That's it. I couldn't resist. I said, that's it. I'm going. No, it's going to be good to learn, because right now I have more questions than answers. So I was like, you know what? Instead of I've been doing online research, I said, you know what? Let me just take a step back. I can have a good time and still learn as well. So, you know, online research is good. I have a couple of, things that I'm tracking, but I really want to go and learn, like you said, the subject matter experts, really learn about the buying process. Because, right now I'm just thinking more of a holiday home that I can kind of go back and forth, or maybe an apartment. I don't know, but definitely want to own something there. So I don't know what that's going to be. I just really want to learn more.
Well, the good thing about the real estate tour is the way we have it set up, with all of the experts giving you basically a little mini conference and education session about everything works. And then when the agents come in and talk to you, all of the estates that we pick have every type of thing you can think of. So they have standalone homes, townhouses, condos, if you want to say, apartments, and different options for you. So you'll be able to see the estates and which one you like better and what type of property you want to purchase. So it really is a well thought out, comprehensive experience that we put together for people such as yourself, because it's difficult to even take a day to look at properties, because it takes days. And that's why we put it together the way that we did.
Yeah.
I think I made it back on the 15th, and I booked the next trip on the 28th. So my friends, I have a problem. They said, "Man, you have a problem." I said, I love what you guys said, because I've shown them the pictures. I've told them about it, but the disconnect, I figured out where my disconnect is when we talk about feeling. You can't articulate that feeling. I was like, I can show you the pictures, I can tell you about it, but it's just something about how you feel, and it almost feels silly, because it's like, man, you were telling me to be afraid of this, and here I am, I'm loving it. So I tell them, hey man, I could do my best, tell you about it, but until you go, I don't think I can do anything to truly, communicate or articulate how it made me feel. So I was loving it. You guys saw me, I was all over the place. So
yes, you actually were. You actually were.
So let me ask you this. So now you calmly and collectedly said, "Oh yeah, I was looking at an apartment over there. It's just something that I have over there, that I can just visit." Now, before you came here, could you have said that, or were you thinking that?
Oh no. I was about to slip up. Tasha, baby, I'm about to fire off again. My aunt is on the call, so I gotta watch my language. My aunt is on the line.
We're gonna watch my language too. We're gonna.
Tasha, bring it out of it. I almost said that. No. So absolutely not. I didn't even, like I said, I didn't even plan on coming. I was just at the Travel Expo in Dallas in 2019. I went there to learn about offers to Hawaii and the Caribbean. Then I saw 2 South African tables. They were both white South Africans, but they were extremely nice. And I asked them, the first thing I asked them, I was like, man, but what about the racism? What about apartheid? And to their credit, neither one ran from the question. They talked about it, and they kept in touch with me. One kept in touch with me more. And that's when I traveled to South. I said, you know what? Let me just go. The price was amazing. I couldn't believe the price. Plane ticket was more, but the actual package was great price. And then when I went to South Africa the first time, it was a great vacation. Came home. I don't even think I was home 2 weeks, and I found your channel. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't see that part of South Africa though. So to answer your question, no, I never even considered. It was just, it's like, I know I wanted to go to Africa. I thought I was going to go to Ghana first, but some people from South Africa, and they was just like, why not give it a try? And it's been ever since. So I've been twice. Go back again later this year, so it'll be 3 times within a year, I think. I don't know. Yeah.
So what was it about our videos that made you decide so quickly that you needed to see this particular part of South Africa?
It was beyond the safari and beyond just the tourist areas. And I love how you highlight, whether it's the partnership with Tawani, whether, just highlighting other, the people. And I was like, wait a minute. I met some amazing South Africans. My first South African friend, I met a brother named James. We still keep in touch via WhatsApp. But it was just, I was like, wait a minute, people actually live there? Okay, let me start watching. Then you are watching the houses, and then the way you would set up other people. Obviously, I'm from the States, but people, no matter if you came from the UK, Caribbean, Canada, wherever, but the way they were communicating their feelings, I was like, wait, I had a great vacation, but I didn't feel like that. I want to feel what they felt. About living there. I just thought it was a cool vacation. I didn't. What is this feeling of living there? So that's when I reached out to you. I was like, let me go with them, since I know you truly understand, what we go through on this side. We don't have to get into that, So and you guys squared me away. So
talk about that a little bit.
Oh man, I landed and it was seamless. I landed, guy was at the airport with the sign waiting on me. Driving from the airport, I got to experience load shedding right out of the airport, because all of the stoplights were out. And he's like, yeah, we're going through load shedding right now. But he was explaining to me, like, some of the homes don't have lights, but all of the businesses had lights. He's like, by the time, you don't have to worry. By the time you get to the hotel, your hotel's squared away. But as soon as I got to the hotel, they like, hey, welcome home. It's like, they know I'm a tourist, but they still like, welcome home, brother. I got to meet a brother named Lazarus. So it's Lazarus met Lazarus. My favorite person at the Da Vinci was Mr. Isaac. You guys got to meet Mr. Isaac?
He did.
Yeah.
Mr. Isaac took care of me. He took care of me from the first day till I checked out. He was the one checked on me every day. He squared me.
No, And I remember when we were having our first video, he came over and checked anything. He was like, "Hey," because he was supposed to be off. Remember?
That's
You're
right.
like,
He's supposed to be off. That's right. Yeah.
he even did a man's schedule. Like, what's up with that?
I was surprised to see him. You know, so he took care of me. So I mean, everybody they were making sure. Because I got lost a few times. You know, they pointed me in the right direction. Put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
It was quite a great time. The Da Vinci was beautiful. You know, got the walk. It was connected to the mall. So I can do my banking. I can go to the grocery store. I could do everything just right within 5-10 minute walk. So.
And how are the accommodations at the Da Vinci?
Oh, you know, it was nice. I was living it up. I mean, all of it. I stayed at the Da Vinci in Joburg, the Commodore in Cape Town, and the Capitol Pearls, which was an apartment in Durban. So, no, yeah, you took care of me. You took care of me.
Yeah, we took care.
Good. So you went to Cape Town middle or last? Well, I can't remember.
Yeah, I went to Cape Town in the middle.
Okay, so talk about your time in Cape Town, because you had been to Cape Town before. Am I correct?
Yes, I've been to Cape Town before. So we had a couple of days of Tawani said it was like the second or maybe first or second coldest day they've had on record in a while. So I didn't have perfect weather, but it didn't stop the plans because you took care of me on my actual birthday, which was Thursday, June the 8th. So we did a wine tour, and Tawani introduced me to, I think it was Hari Kitchen, so a Black head chef. Then we went to another vineyard. The head winemaker was Black. Then we went to another vineyard. The owner was Black, and the head winemaker and the farm manager was Black. So Tawani she gave us the VIP treatment. I mean, we got all kind of tours. Tastings were amazing. The food was amazing. So it
was well worth it.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. The only thing we didn't get to do was enjoy that beautiful patio, because the vineyards have beautiful patios.
Yes.
That's the only thing we didn't get to enjoy because it was raining and cold. But once we got on the inside, I mean, you know, a little rain don't hurt anybody, but they took care of us. The food and wine was amazing. Then I went back to the Commodore for a couple of hours, got me a quick nap. Then I had Siba that night, which is it was the best dining experience I've ever had in my life. So,
I mean, now you've been living a long time. You've ate a lot of McDonald's and.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't exactly compare that to Siba and McDonald's. You know what I love the most, even at bungalow, everywhere, they didn't rush you. They wasn't trying to turn over the table. You know, and he was like, "Hey man, take your time." I was like, "Well, actually, my ride's outside. I have to leave now." But I was at Siba, I think 3 hours. You know,
that's normal for Siba.
That's about right.
That's normal. It was beautiful. I met some other people who shared the same birthday. We ended up getting together, taking some pictures together.
There you go. That June 8th is a popular day, I see.
Oh, it was lovely. I love the smaller portions. So you may have 5 or 6 courses, but they're smaller portions, and they just talk you through each portion. You know, if you enjoy, you know, some tasty beverages, you may get some sparkling wine, you know, a little wine, dessert wine, you know, whatever. I'm not even big on desserts. I think I ate every dessert they put in front of me. It was so good. But that was beautiful. Bungalow, I can't wait to go back because they closed for renovations. And it was so funny. It had a big guy. He was like a bouncer. I don't know, but he was like, I had a beautiful meal. And it's so beautiful on the patio when I was leaving. The brother apologized. He said, "I'm sorry, man. We wasn't that crowded tonight." I was like, "Brother, I had a great meal and a great view. I don't know what you're apologizing for." But he's like, "Please give us another chance." I was like, "Don't worry. I'm coming back." So I can't wait to go back and see the renovations they made. And he said in the summer, because November is considered summer, right? I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
If I can make it to Cape Town. But he said you get the longer days. You get to enjoy the sun longer on it. Because it's absolutely beautiful down at the bungalow.
Yeah, especially where it's situated is right there on the water. It's right there on the water.
That's
right on the water.
Yeah, and the sun is, and you just, I mean, it could be 8 o'clock at night and it's still bright out.
That's what he said.
8:30, 9 o'clock it starts. You know, it starts, and then you just be like, "Man, look at me." You start doing a retrospective, introspective. Man, look at me.
I did. I just get there. That's me. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm chilling on the patio in Cape Town, South Africa, or if I was in Joburg, or the apartment you set me up with in Durban, I had a beach facing patio, so I could sit on the patio and just enjoy myself, and just listen to the waves. And that apartment was nice too. That apartment was nice. So
Good. I think when you were telling me it was going to be your birthday, I'm like, you've got to have the most personal experience for your birthday, because you were traveling by yourself. But you've traveled by yourself before when you came here.
Absolutely.
And what was the difference between traveling with a group and traveling by yourself? I mean, I know what the obvious difference is, but as far as like the experience itself.
The funny thing, so I traveled with the group, and it's I was the only Black person in that group when I traveled with the last company. So, but it didn't make a difference, because the Black South Africans saw that, and they would take care of me. They were giving me special treatment, so it was good. But this time, so that it worked out to my favor, honestly. But this time, it was literally like I had a personal guide everywhere. Your drivers are amazing. Shout out to Mr. Jameson, my favorite driver. Super chill. And that's who I got to spend the most time with, because he took me to Johannesburg. So I was in the car with him the longest that day. So, but Mr. Jameson, and shout out to Mr. Gavin in Cape Town. Mr. Gavin, he's legit. So, but it just really, I mean, the reason. So, a perfect example of that. In Cape Town, Table Mountain, you could go up that day, but I was like, I've been up before and it's completely covered in clouds. I was like, I don't really want to go today, so let's call an audible. And so we went up to Signal Hill.
Yeah,
Signal Hill one day, and it started to clear a bit. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna come back. If the weather's nice, I'm gonna come back and see if I can do paraglide. It wasn't clear enough that day, but Signal Hill is beautiful. So next time I'm in Cape Town, I want a day of leisure. I see people just going up there, maybe having a picnic, watching the sunset. So there's so many things you can do that are free or very, very inexpensive. So I mean, you could do the nice dinners, or you could just go to the park, sit at the beach. Signal Hill is beautiful up top. So that's what, long answer. Having that personal tour, they were able to just, switch it. It's like, you know what? Because it's Cape Point, there were like 5 big giant tour buses. So Nathan was the guy that day. He said, we're going to go in reverse. So we'll go to the where their first stop is. We're going to make that our last stop. We'll just switch the order of our tour, and we were able to beat the big giant tour buses at every point. So it just took care of me.
But for us, the funny part about it is, we're here so we can. Well, there's a couple things. We know that you're going. I mean, most people. I mean, trust me. We take the phone calls. We take a lot of phone calls. We make a lot of phone calls. There are people that's like, I want to have every second of the day booked out, and we're like, no, you're not going to do that. I'm very like, no, you're not going to do that. This is what you're going to do. And they're like, no, and then they feel like, oh, well, you're making it hard on me because I want to have every second of the day booked. And
you don't want that nap, ain't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then they get here, and then they started following on this schedule, and they're like, this is perfect. Yeah. I got a little bit of free time to go look at some stuff, but I'm sorted because I got a little transportation to go see stuff. Everything is scheduled. Like, they know how long it's going to take. Everything is scheduled for them. And then at the end, they're like, you know what? I'm so glad that I had some free time with especially those that come with their spouses. Like, oh, we can just do our little thing and still do all this, the scheduled stuff, which they know they need to do. So it just works out because we're not on the internet trying to find you some events and how to do it. We know that on certain days, certain things are closed. Certain days, this is the best. We just know because we're here every day, and now we've been doing this for over 4 years. So we kind of got a strong idea of what's happening and whatnot. Even though there are those that are like, "Hey, I went online and I saw this." Okay,
I want to do that. I'm like, you really don't want to do that.
But as you see, obviously you didn't have that problem, but there are those that do. But you see how we sorted you out.
No, you want that day. Matter of fact, when I come back, I want a few more days of leisure because you have to. It just really. I was just walking around Cape Town one day, and I was just like, man. When I look at it from this vantage point, I'm looking at the mountain and the ocean. If I'm looking at it from this vantage point, I'm seeing these beautiful neighborhoods. I mean, you just want to stop and pause. And the way you guys set me up in Cape Town, I could walk right across the street to the VA waterfront or the watershed when you go buy some art, go eat, go listen to the free performances. You know, I got to walk around the Silo district. I heard about the Silo district. I try to go to the rooftop.
DNA that's in the United States now, as far as or in the diaspora, survived, and now we get the opportunity to come back. We get to come back, and we don't have to, claw our way back. We can actually jump on an airplane, make a reservation, give us a call if need be, and we can make sure that your experience here is absolutely amazing to the point to where now you're saying to yourself, you know what? Where have I been? Why haven't I been here this entire time?
Yeah.
And of course, the number one thing is people you would say, I've been lied to my entire life.
For sure. And it is a decolonization of your brain of sorts, if that's the word you want to use. But I can't.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things The Real South Africa. Thanks again.